What does it feel like to grow up as a child Jehovah Witness? Growing up as a Jehovah Witness child, you are used to walking long distances, and sometimes I remember my leg would be aching, but we still continue to walk to do the work of God, saving lives. You knock on people's doors, sometimes they're nice, they listen to you, you feel very proud, like you've gotten some kind of present, and you get praised if you present very well. And also, when you are doing the preaching works, people can be very nasty to you, and they just go, that is Armageddon, mate. You've done your part, you've spread the good news, you've done what God asked you to do. It is left for them to listen or not. And yet, yes, you still feel happy. And like me, my parents, they are not witnesses, so I left their religion to become a Jehovah's Witness. So I was like very cherished. They always used me as an example. My dad would beat me every time I go to the meeting, like, stop attending this meeting, stop going to this church, that they are not Christians. But they are like, Jehovah is so happy with you, you are going through this. And hopefully one day, because you're nice, because you keep enduring this hardship, your dad is going to change. And I remember the only time we are very happy is whenever we are going for the conventions, especially the 3 days conventions, because that's when you change your environment, that's when you see everybody happy and like more cheerful, unlike all the serious attitude of reading and reading the Bible. So we go to the conventions, but as somebody that is, my parents are not Jehovah's Witnesses, during the conventions I always cry. I cry because I think how I wish my parents are here in the assembly hall with me, listening so that they can be saved. Imagine, and sometimes they talk about how Armageddon is going to destroy everyone that is not currently practicing Jehovah's Witnesses, that's not currently a Jehovah's Witness. And my parents are at home, not Jehovah's Witness. So I'll be crying and thinking, God, please, to just change their heart so that they can come and so that they can become Jehovah's Witness before this world ends. I do not want my parents to die in Armageddon. So nobody talks about the struggle, and you don't know the kind of mental impact it has on you, having to hear every day that Armageddon is coming to destroy your parents and your relations that are not Jehovah's Witnesses. And you keep praying for them, you see them, they are not becoming Jehovah's Witnesses, but you want them to be, and you don't want them to be destroyed by Armageddon. So that's a mental turmoil for people that are Jehovah's Witnesses, especially for children that are witnesses and their parents are not. It's a mental turmoil for them. And the people don't talk about the anxiety of being a Jehovah's Witness. Right from childhood, they are always anxious. You don't know, you are anxious because you are given assignment. You don't want to fail this assignment. And like me, I was an introvert growing up. I don't like standing in front of people and making presentations, but you have to do this like every other week, every like 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, sometimes you get back-to-back assignment and you have to present. Imagine like if I'm having an assignment that is like a presentation showing people how you would preach when you go out, so that, or teaching people, they'll give you a Bible, a guideline to show people what to do when they go about preaching. So you are reading this guideline, you are reading the Bible they've given you to present this, to give this presentation about how to go about preaching. You're anxious. Sometimes for 1 week, every day I'm getting closer to the day I'll be giving the assignment. My heart is pounding. I do not know, I can just say I don't want to give it, but I dare not do that anyway. I'm going to be in trouble as a child saying, I don't want to give this assignment, stop giving it to me. They'll go, don't associate with her, she's not spiritual. Nobody take into account your mental struggles or your personality when it comes to doing Jehovah's work. It is just mainly what the Watchtower says you should do and Jehovah. They don't take into account that, does this assignment give you anxiety? Are you someone that have a stage fright? No. Just go ahead and do it. And also, secretly, we are not happy children. Whenever we see our friends celebrating birthdays, ceremonies, and we don't get to celebrate it, they tell us, well, you are doing Jehovah's way, but you see the children happy and running around. Secretly, we are not happy, but we don't want to do anything that will make us become Armageddon meat. And then you continue to grow up and continue to think, and then the more you grow, the more you become indoctrinated into this religion. The more you get told things to do and how to walk in God's way. You get to a point if you miss 3 days without preaching, you're like, Jesus, I've not preached. I hope I've not offended God. If you are a Jehovah's Witness, Though they tell you God is loving and open and want you to worship them, but the way the religion is concocted, it's always like it is subtly presented as if God is an angry man sitting in one corner just waiting for you to make a mistake, just looking at you like this. Because you're always scared of doing anything at all, whether it's you know it is right or as long as the watchtower says wrong, you're scared of doing it because you don't want to become Armageddon mate. But when you come to know God personally, God is bigger than that, man. Come on, God is bigger than that. Look at how big the universe is. You think God will now sit in one corner and just go, this one, you wronged me today, Armageddon. That one, you wronged me yesterday, Armageddon. I do not think God operates that way anymore. I've got to know God personally. And I'm still trying to know who He is by myself. Because we are an individual in this world. And God loves everyone. So we can get to know Him individually. And I hope one day the watchtower or the governing bodies can see the impact, the mental impact their religions and their religious, what is it called again? Sorry, I've lost my thought of trail. Their religious doctrines is having on people. It's meant to be religious of freedom. Whenever I was in the Jehovah's Witness organization, they would tell us, as a Jehovah's Witness, we are the only one experiencing freedom. As Jehovah's Witnesses, we are the only one experiencing peace. As Jehovah's Witnesses, we are the only one experiencing love. Everybody in this world, you don't know what they are doing. Everybody else in this world, they are suffering, they are in turmoil, their life is in shambles. Especially since they do not know the urgency with the need to be close to God, because Armageddon is coming soon and they will not be saved if they are not Jehovah's Witnesses. That is the illusion we're all in and thinking that is life. But coming out of it and getting to do more researches, you get to realize that people outside there that are not Jehovah's Witnesses, they are not miserable, they are not bad people. And if God is a loving God, He's not going to destroy these people with the war Armageddon. Because even while I was a Jehovah's Witness, I got more love from outsiders than I got from the organization. And I was going through some difficult relationship. It was people from outside the government that came to my aid and made sure I was safe. Now imagine Armageddon had destroyed them. Who is going to save me? Who? No one. No one. So if you're still a Jehovah's Witness or you're planning on leaving, I'm not going to encourage you to leave. I'm not going to encourage you to stay. I will encourage you to do researches and try to know God and try to make sure what you're doing, the God you're worshiping it through Jehovah's Witnesses doctrine because you understand it. If you do not understand the doctrine and you're just following everything Watchtower says and you're not happy, that's on you.